stay into it, soothe our soul. It takes all that low.
Welcome, boys and girls, children of all ages, kings and queens of the Northeast Kingdom. Welcome to episode 2 of the news. We had so much news we couldn't do it, so you're watching...
And we didn't talk about Jody Arias once.
Yeah. Oh, it's news to us. That's right. Newport TV news. Watch us now. And this is real news for real people. This is not one of those... the bald
Fake
guy,
news. Yeah,
bald guy shows where it's all like, well, gee, Andy, what's it like being the best guy in the best town in the best state in the best place on earth? Oh, it's wonderful up here in the kingdom. No, we're going to give you the real...
I wish I was a cop.
Well, you know,
I love your daughters.
My father told me, Andy, when I was a kid, he used to actually say to me, and he was a cop in the Air Force.
Oh no.
Yeah, he used to say, you better straighten up and fly right, Stephen, because otherwise you won't be able to do anything. You'll have to be a damn cop.
Oh God. Now it's like the go-to job.
Oh, gee.
You can have all the drugs, illicit sex.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you could be a cop down in Rutland.
EPA methane report further divides fracking people. It says print, so don't even worry about it. But anyway, the EPA is doing nothing about fracking.
Oh,
they're gonna expert reviews and new data from several sources. Blah blah blah.
They're taking that radioactive water from Pennsylvania and then dumping it up in sewerage processing plants in New York and Chemung County.
Cracking the Earth's core to get a little bit of juice out of it.
What could go wrong there?
Poisoning everything in sight.
Yeah, and you know the poison we throw down the pipes, Andy?
Yeah, well.
We're not even going to tell you what's in it because it's proprietary.
Yep.
That's right. It's in secret as Coca-Cola.
Yep. It's like Chick-fil-A made it.
Huh.
You're going to find out what's in their chicken.
Anyways, right off the bat, the whole reason why we did this second show is to show you about our war, Andy, and how goes the war, Andy?
The war is really going badly. We're actually losing.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Okay, it's like, give you guys an idea. Like, see this piece of paper? Okay, there's like letters on it. Our army is like 3 of these letters. One up here, one down here, and one in the middle. Yeah, they're going to cover the whole page with those 3 letters.
Yeah.
Get it through your head. We can't win this with 90 million guys. We wouldn't win.
No, it's like Sherwin-Williams, Andy. We cover the earth.
Cover the earth, whatever. Okay, go on.
Well, yeah, here it is. Afghan commanders, this is from yesterday's paper. Afghan commanders worry over losing U.S. hair power.
Oh, yeah. Come on, though. You got to get to the meat of this one.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is what we got this for, okay?
The goat ropers.
I'm reading about the goat ropers, right? Because, you know, our great and powerful military, like the Wizard of Oz, never mind that these guys haven't won a war since 1946. Never mind that, you know, that all the dregs and deadbeats of society join the military because they're the dregs and deadbeats of society. Never mind all of this, that they're sucking up over half our budget every year to create fear and keep us in fear of everything. But anyways, this article, in the back of this article, it says the Afghans' main close air support plane, a turboprop Super Tucano, won't be fielded until mid-2014, said Air Force Major General H.D. Palumbo, the top coalition air commander, told reporters recently. In the meantime, Allen said the coalition is taking a number of steps that will give Afghanistan's military a firepower advantage over the Taliban, including providing the additional mortars and arming their Mi-17 helicopters with rockets and Gatling guns.
Mi-17, what is that?
Yeah, I didn't know Bell made an Mi-17.
They actually don't. Mi stands for McCoyan, which is kind of not us.
So I says to Andy, I says, Mi, that's not one of our military numbers.
Yeah, they're made in Kazakhstan.
Andy looks it up, and lo and behold, Patty.
You there?
Patty.
She's in the other room. You can hear her running.
But here's the helicopters that we're paying for, boys and girls. They're made in Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
That's right.
Not us.
Yeah. But, you know, we don't need the jobs, do we, Andy?
No, we don't. We need to make sure Kazakhstan has jobs.
Yeah, so that they can send their exchange students over here to blow up our Boston Marathon.
And did you know? And did you know that, you know, the Kazakh president, you know, a famed ally, Nursultan Nazarbayev, said that the civilized community must unite and take effective measures to fight international terrorism. So there, all the Kazakh people sympathize with the American people and mourn over the tragedy of 9/11. Yeah, okay then. They're extremely supportive. I didn't know that Kazakhstan had our back.
Yeah,
Thank God.
I didn't know they were a member of NATO.
They're an adjunct, man. They're supportive of NATO. They're kind of like in the loop.
So anyways, the subtitle...
Euro-Atlantic Partnership. That's what it's called. That's the
The NAP?
Euro-Atlantic Partnership.
Oh, the EAP.
The EAP, yeah. And Kazakhstan is damn near the Atlantic.
Yeah.
8,000 miles away.
Yeah, it's only 8,000 miles from the
It's
Atlantic.
half the world. Just half.
Yeah, it's only half the world over. Yeah. But anyways, the subheadline is, Nation's Own Air Force won't be ready until 2016. It says, they certainly haven't missed the fact that the finest Air Force on the planet is going home, said Marine General John Allen, who stepped down in February. What? The finest Air Force in the world went home in 1989, dude.
Yeah, they did. Finest Air Force in the world.
Yeah. What are they talking about? The Ruskies? And speaking of which, my mother survived the bombing of this city. There were more people killed in Dresden on 3 nights than Hiroshima and Nagasaki combined. And then, when she went out, when they finally dragged their lame asses out of the bomb shelter and started bringing people down to the river to get them away from the flames, Andy?
Oh, no.
Guess who came by and strafed them with 50 caliber machine guns from the air, Andy?
Oh.
The red-tailed Tuskegee Airmen.
Oh, you know. Well.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't, you know.
Well, you know.
They're awaiting reparations for slavery.
Yeah. Anyways, Allen said mortars, artillery, and helicopter gunships will give Afghan forces quick access to their own firepower. The Pentagon has said it will leave advisors and a counterterrorism force in Afghanistan after the combat mission ends. Air power would only be available for remaining U.S. counterterrorism forces. Wait a minute. So we're going to have one Air Force for their guys and their Air Force for our guys, or vice versa?
Not really. No.
Huh?
Well, the Taliban will take over so fast, it's all kind of moot, you know. All the air bases will be shut down in a matter of days, if not hours.
Before Karzai can say Swiss bank account, man, they're going to have the presidential palace bombed to the Stone Age, Jack.
You know that the last plane out of Afghanistan will have Karzai and everybody he knows on it.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, man, that gold's awful hard to move. Ask the Vietnamese, man. They were processing $50,000 worth of gold a day in Long Beach when I lived out there in 76, 77. And where did they get all this gold, Andy? The Vietnamese.
The French?
Now they're running triads in Vancouver and LA and the snake people. That worked out good. So we'll take the Skraelings and Quislings from every rump swab country we go to and set up a whole generation of squealers that we'll protect under our big jumbrella. And I'm sure we can get them to milk the dairy cows, right, Andy?
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Them Kazakhs are good with tits. You know what I'm saying? Come here, Bissy. Anyways, Afghan President Hamid Karzai has been critical of the air attacks, accusing the coalition. What coalition?
You know them.
Who's left? Us and what? The Kazakhs?
Nobody. Well, the Canadians are leaving.
Yeah,
so
they've gone back to Canada.
Yeah.
Mistakenly killing civilians. No, we killed them intentionally, you idiot. We didn't mistakenly kill them.
We knew they were there.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got that.
It's on tape.
We've got infrared. Come on. We knew there were bodies in there. The White House has been pushing to limit the size of the post-2014, which restricts the amount of support Americans can supply. No, it isn't. We're multi-beneficent. We can supply them with endless quantities of paper money that we print up night and day and night and day and ay. It's insane. This is enormous. There's enormous political pressure to get the numbers down. Now, get this.
What numbers?
Yeah, get this, said Fred Kagan, an analyst, hold on, Andy, wait for it, Andy, an analyst at the American Enterprise Institute.
Okay, then.
What is the American Enterprise Institute that they quote, Andy?
It's a front.
It's a right-wing think tank. It's a bunch of rump swabs and hacks paid for by the Koch brothers, the Wall Street Journal, and the CI friggin' NSA. All right, yeah.
Oh, so the CIA is 1/3 stupid.
Yeah, the agency owns the Journal.
My God.
So anyways, the Pentagon, Kagan said Karzai's criticism might also have played a role in the American decision. Right.
Yeah, it did.
Karzai doesn't make decisions except how much heroin to snort every day. Are you kidding me? And that friggin' paper hamburger joint hat he wears all the time.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah. Another guy.
Is his brother dead?
Another guy in a dress.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, take your orders from a guy in a dress.
He has a suit under his dress.
Yeah, okay.
In case he has to leave.
Yeah, and the Armanis too. Oh, and the
Armanis.
And the Pentagon has said the decision is based on a strategy to transition security responsibility to Afghan forces as soon as American and coalition forces withdraw. This coalition, it's like us and a few Fijians or Marshall Islandese. These people, oh, come on, coalition, my ass.
Speaking of Armanis, that's what Bush called people from Armenia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And speaking of which, I have a bald-headed Armenian Nazi in here, too. This rump swab. Have you ever seen this guy?
Who?
Oh, man. This jerk. He's supposedly a writer. He's a friggin' rump swab.
Oh, the Armenian?
I'll get to him in a minute.
Hadjalian?
Yeah, he's a piece of human waste. Yeah, Afghanistan's own Air Force is not expected to be operational until 2016 at the earliest. So come, fly higher than you've ever been before in the all-new Afghani Air Force.
I'm so used to explosions, I slept through them.
Yeah. It's insane. We got our asses kicked by a bunch of goat ropers. Come on, man. Come on. Get with the program. And here we are. Here's another one. NATO plane crash kills 4 troops. Taliban begins spring offensive. This is from Sunday's paper.
So they killed 4 of our guys?
Oh, sure. And that's not counting the plane crash yesterday, day before.
Oh, so they're just stepping it up, and we're just getting our butts handed to us, and
yeah.
But it's not in the news, so it's not a big deal.
Hey, we got our asses handed to us by a bunch of pajama people in sandals after 10 years in Vietnam. Come on, what makes you think it's any different? We're over here with all the opium and friggin' hashish. It's like a NATO plane crash. Oh, this is a NATO plane. Southern Afghanistan killed 4 international troops Saturday, the same day the Taliban announced its spring offensive and said it will target military and diplomatic sites with suicide bombers and infiltrate enemy forces to conduct deadly insider attacks.
Well, that's nothing new. They did that last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same press release every year, man. It's
We're going to kick your ass.
We are going to kill you. April has already been the deadliest month so far for this year across the country, where Afghan security forces are increasingly taking the lead on in the battle of more than the 11-year-old war. Because it's going to go on forever. It's a war on terror and turbans, So if you're wearing a turban, man, we're going to get you, mister. I ain't kidding you. And when you do take off your turban and you buy a bunch of firecrackers in New Hampshire and blow up runners down in Massachusetts, we're going to give you food stamps and a free education, too. So there.
No, the Chechens blew up Boston.
Well, they were from Kazakhstan, Andy. No, Dagestan, excuse me. Kyrgyzstan.
Get your stands, but it's not Uzbekistan. That's all you got to say. At least it's not Uzbekistan.
It's my stand, and I'll cry if I want to.
No.
Unbelievable. What the hell is this, man? I didn't know they had a museum in Dresden.
Oh, my.
Must be pre-war
Well,
footage.
speaking of Kazakhstan, we gave them $9.6 billion.
Sure.
Well, us and our friends.
And then we're going to buy choppers and give them to the Afghanis.
They want to get into the WTO. Surprise, surprise.
The World Terror Organization?
The free money for dorks, man.
Well, we're going to put opium on the open market, see how it'll do.
$9.6 billion. That'll buy some opium poppies.
Yeah.
You'll get you your
and then
heroin.
we'll get everybody on junk, and we'll have everybody in jail at $50,000 a year, and we'll have plenty of prison guards to vote for us in every election. Yeah.
That's what you need.
The Afghan Defense Ministry said security forces are prepared for the Taliban's new campaign. I got to stop eating them anchovy and garlic sandwiches before airtime. Which was to start Sunday. The Afghan National Party Army is ready to neutralize the offensive, the ministry said.
Oh, who?
It's a
What
joke.
offensive? They're just going to absorb the country, you know? They're just going to wait for you guys to collapse under the weight of your own corruption.
Oh, get this, too. Rebels attack sprawling air base in Syria. Regime denies using chemical weapons. Now,
They're fighting, you know, Al-Qaeda.
Oh, yeah. Well, aren't they Al-Qaeda? Wait a minute. They are Al-Qaeda?
So
or
they're using
Al-Qaeda?
chemical weapons on their own people? Yeah, I think that's happening.
Now, have you guys ever seen the movie Frankenstein?
Yes, I
What
have.
happens is we build the monster, and then it's like this.
And we got to burn him down.
And then every week we build a monster, we send him out, we think he's going to do good, and then next thing you know, he's running off,
Boris
stomping little
mad.
kids and killing people and being just generally pissed off, and then we got to kill him and make a new monster the next week. Yeah, it's called the Department of State.
No, we're just going to wear out Basil Rathbone at this rate.
Yeah, Syrian rebels attacked a sprawling military air base in suburbs of Moscow. Omran Zalzubi denied U.S. charges that Syrian troops use chemical weapons. We use chemical weapons. Ask the kids if you threaten
Agent Orange.
Horny Hills. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
If ask the kids down at Occupy Wall Street what kind of weapons they got used on them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ask. Next time you look at a cop and see his bat utility belt and you see that big can of spray, it ain't Hornet spray, boys and girls.
No.
And then the M16 in his trunk with the grenade launcher on the bottom. Those aren't just flashbangs, boys and girls. Those are tear gas. Some of them they still use CS, which has been outlawed by the Geneva Convention. But you know what? Well, they're using gas against their own people. You know how we know? Because we got the receipts. And, oh man. And where did they get the idea for round ball bearings in a bomb in Boston, Andy?
I don't know. Where would that come from?
Oh, cluster bombs, Vietnam?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
See, and boys and girls in Vietnam, we dropped these cluster bombs that look
Bouncing
like
Betties.
toys. And, they made those too, the little jumping ones. But we made the shrapnel in the form of ball bearings because, see, all these bearing factories like Timken and KPB and the rest of them, when they make bad ball bearings, they don't just throw them away because, see, they're all chrome plated and everything. When they're junk, they need to sell them. So what they do, they sell them to Uncle Sam. And Uncle Sam uses them. And you know why we used them, Andy? Because they're so hard to remove, to extricate from people because they're perfectly round.
Yep. They're nasty.
What kind of insane psychopath thought this up? Oh, someone at Department of Defense, Andy. That's right. And our shrapnel is good.
Surprise there.
Yeah, their shrapnel is designed to maim and hurt. Now look at this. Why do they hate us?
Because we're nasty.
Yeah, I never thought I'd see a drone cartoon like that one, Andy. Why do they hate us flying over the Jersey Shore, pulling a "Eat It, Al" sign?
Extend the hand of peace.
Yeah,
That's a nice
yeah.
headline.
If you just unclose your fist, then, maybe we'd give you a bunch of foreign aid. You can have your own dictator like, in Egypt. Oh, and if some guy from the Congo named Blessed Marvelous Herve asked you for money, would you send him money, Andy?
Not even a little. But I guess he got a couple bucks, huh?
He got 1.6 million.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
What did blessed and marvelous Herb have to offer?
Blessed Marvelous Herb was in federal custody on Friday.
Okay, then.
On charges he defrauded a Northern California real estate agent and his girlfriend out of 1.6 million by pretending to be the son of Congo's president. Yeah, that real estate's moving real good, isn't it? Right?
What? How did that one work?
Oh, yeah, well, you know, he sold a lot of real estate in the 90s, so he's got plenty of money. And
1.6 million for 2 people.
the USAT's office in San Francisco said Blessed Marvelous Hervé persuaded the couple to forward him money over 4 years with the promises of repayment, lucrative commissions, and multi-million-dollar bonuses, and a collection of impressive-looking documents that included a certificate of recognition from a U.S. senator.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
So what were they hoping to get out of it for their money?
They got the plaque. What more did you want? A receipt?
You know?
Unbelievable.
You're the vice emperor of the Congo now.
Yeah. You're
like Emperor Ming, man.
Yeah, you're Emperor Ming awaits.
Yeah. Just got to go to your planet Mongo or whatever. Take your throne.
After the real estate agent had given Hervey about $635,000 and was financially broke, his girlfriend stepped in and provided an additional $970,000.
Okay, this guy needs to go into the pornos. Because if you're broke and you got a woman to pony up that much money, okay then.
It's like, why didn't he just invest in Ponzi Peak right here in, in Orleans
CDs,
County?
Man.
Yeah. Buy some condo front property. Yeah. Okay then.
A good financial planner can get you on the straight and narrow for $200,000.
Yeah. After the oh Jesus. At 41.
You got too much money, obviously.
At 41, Blessed Marvelous Hervé is the same age as Joseph Kabila, who has been president of the Democratic Republic of Bongo ever since 2001.
Oh no, really? That's a democracy.
Yeah.
Same president for what, 11 years?
Yeah, they're doing good.
He's 41?
Yeah.
Okay then. He took over when he was 30.
And you know that
country's a mess, okay? You do the math.
And you know that candy bar you guys love so much, that chocolate? It's all picked by sweating little children.
Yep, tiny little suffering people.
Yeah, so send money to the Congo now.
1.6 million. You had that much to blow.
And right on the other side, Andy, is an AARP ad. Okay, there's Mackie. Say hi, Mackie. Hi, Mackie. Hey, Mackie. Oh, Mackie. Oh, Mackie.
So the AARP, we got to hammer them.
Yeah.
People hate them.
So here's the AARP ad right here that says, "Don't be a victim." So on one side, you got a guy, a 41-year-old guy, an older guy, giving money to a Congo guy, and here you got the AARP saying, every day another older Vermonter is ripped off by a telephone, internet, or mail scam. Aggressive scam artists are targeting seniors across the country to the tune of billions of dollars.
Because they get it, that's why.
Because there's a sucker born every minute.
You know, that's been going on for a while.
And if you don't believe it, I've got an old mare out in my barn for you. Yeah, that's my old mare, M-O-M. Mom!
I guess we blew that channel.
Rump Swab Pea Throne Sniffer, yes indeed. And if you call up old Rump Swab, she'll come up and take your money right out of your pocket.
Looks like Rome.
Oh, man. And, remember I told you last year, Andy, about the MERS? And
the MERS?
Yeah, the Mortgage Electronic Registration System.
Oh, that sounds like a plan.
And they took and they electronicized all these things so they don't have to pay taxes, like a transfer tax to this county. Why do you think our taxes are going up? Because every time one of these jackasses transferred a property, we never got any of the money that you're supposed to get at your local town hall when you transfer a deed. Oh no!
Nope.
It's all done by electronics now.
Yep, can't do it.
Yeah,
Can't help you.
every one of these damned repos in the paper, Andy. Patty?
Anybody there?
Patty? Every one of these tanks, monsters and trap and really screw us. Every one of these is, it says MERS, Andy.
Oh, cool.
Just me today, and it's a nasty disease.
Yeah, really. Marijana Jurandek and Marco Jurandek, townhouses at Burke Court, Homeowners Association, Inc. versus Mortgage Electronics Registration, Inc. as nominee for countrywide home loans.
Surprise there. Ooh, that's a name we've never heard before.
Where's our asswipe general, Bill Sorrell? Oh, that's right. He took the money from the banks and gave it instead of giving it to the homeowner. Yeah, he put it in the general fund.
No crime in Vermont. There's no need.
Oh, hell no.
Nothing happens here.
Yeah, and here's another one. Nation Star Mortgage, LLC, Jeffrey Hardiman, Main Street, Pawtucket, Rhode Island, blah, blah, blah.
That was fast.
Yeah. Oh, crying out loud. Where's the front of it? Here it is. Dale LeDux and Rachel LeDux, notice of sale. Power sale by a certain mortgage given by Dale LeDux and Rachel LeDux to Mortgage Electronic Registration Systems, Inc. as nominee for Taylor, Bean, and Whitaker Mortgage Company. Here's another one. Kevin Broder and Sandra Broder, a.k.a. Sandra Bourne, to MERS, Mortgage Electronic Registration System, as nominee for Quicken Loans. Oh, yeah, these people didn't screw these people out of their houses.
That's another name that's above suspicion.
Yeah, smells like... yeah, it smells like bacon, doesn't it, Andy?
Like we need Solutionary on the case. SERT, Primary Solution, Security Engineering Research Team.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Data mining, monitoring active threats in real time, researching new zero-day vulnerabilities. Yep. Okay, then. Yeah, well, we need to hire these guys. They're a small company, but they seem to be able to get to the bottom of stuff.
Oh, and here's your buddy McAdam, man. Judge allows suit to go forward.
Who names their kid Pavement?
Yeah, well, and they...
McAdam, his name, that's his first name.
They knew that that's where he'd be, face down.
Yeah, face down on the pavement, so let's just name him Pavement.
Now, get this. For a whole year, this narrative has been that the cop showed up.
Yep.
This guy called, said he was going to hurt people and others.
Yep.
The cop showed up, and then that was it. They zapped him, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, get this. Only when the lawsuit comes out do we hear this stuff, right?
No, what happened really?
State police said Schaefer and 3 other troopers responded on June 20th because Mason had called a hospital, threatened to kill himself. His girlfriend drove down to meet the troopers, said he had a seizure and had no access to weapons, and asked the cops to leave, okay?
He's just nuts, leave him alone.
Yeah, the troopers then left the property. She went back, checked on him, and returned to work. State police called her back to the house a short time later because troopers had returned to her property.
They went back anyway?
Yeah. During the second encounter, we didn't kill anybody, so we got to go back and kill your boyfriend.
Oh,
Okay?
So they ended up killing him. Mm-hmm. Darn.
During the second encounter, Schaefer confronted Mason and, knowing to be unarmed, ordered him at gunpoint to lie on the ground.
Which he didn't do.
According to the Vermont shit-faced police, Mason refused and instead yelled, made a fist, and stepped toward Schaefer, who responded by firing his taser.
You know, there you go. When a man wiggles his fist at you, you need to just start popping holes in him. Amen.
French fry him. Yeah.
That took him out, huh?
Yeah, it's not clear why police returned to plaintiff's residence, but they soon came back, the judge wrote in his ruling. The allegations portray a settled and non-dangerous situation that was reopened by police.
Oh, well.
Yeah, kind of like reopening a scab. Right, Andy?
And the tasering killed him?
Yeah. Now, did anybody hear about that on Channel 3?
You know, nutso people don't tase well. They're already short-circuited, so when you add too much juice, it pretty much takes them out of the picture.
Now, isn't it ironic, Andy, that my father was over in England working on the same planes that were dropping bombs on his future wife?
Oh, well.
It's a strange world. Yay! And, oh, yeah, and the lawsuit claims Schaefer fired his taser Mason without considering his cognitive impairment, and they try to avoid hitting blah, blah, blah.
Try to avoid hitting what?
Yeah,
nuts?
Yeah, center mass. You know,
they killed him. You can shoot him in the nuts all you want if he's dead.
But they didn't. We never heard about the second thing on in the paper. We never heard about the second time, on Channel 3 so-called news. You know, none of this stuff.
You can learn to dance on WCAX.
Oh, yeah. And here we are. Yeah, who says the gateway drug doesn't kill, Andy?
Which one?
Well, that would be the liquid carcinogenic liquid heroin, Andy.
Once you start with alcohol, you can finish with alcohol. You don't need to move on to anything.
Yeah, 2 drinks, and that's it.
Drink a lot. You get really dumb.
A judge has reaffirmed his decision to dismiss the case of a Burlington man suspected of punching out a college student in front of the Three Needs bar a year ago. Now, get this. The guy that got punched was a 22-year-old student at University of Vermont, underwent emergency brain surgery, spent a month in the hospital, still has cognitive problems.
So he's broken for life.
And Judge Mello flip-flopped, but you know, it's tragic. It's tragic.
Tragic,
yeah.
That's what they said?
It's just tragic.
So what's the crime? He's getting away with this, right?
Yeah, there are factual gaps. Some girl recanted or something.
Really? He's not really brain damaged? I don't remember seeing him get brain damage.
I don't remember seeing him.
He's lying there as a pile of goo. Then obviously something went on, you know?
Because of defendant's presence near the scene, his flight from the scene, evasive answers to the cops, it raises suspicion that he may have assaulted. However, factual gaps cannot be bridged by rational inferences. Speculation is not permitted. Of course it is. In drug cases, it's permitted all the time, Your Honesty. Oh, but this isn't a drug case. It's alcohol.
Reminds me of that case of that guy who, raped that cow or that horse?
Yeah, they got it on film.
The cops said, well, we no, it's just film. It could have been staged. We couldn't really hear, they could have talked beforehand,
Yeah, he was raping a horse in Florida.
Yeah, but we didn't see it. We weren't there for it, so we can't arrest him. Like, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Didn't you get a statement from the horse?
Kind of like with the guy who tried to run me over, Andy.
Well,
And
you
so
didn't die.
I went to the state police, and the
There's
state
no
police...
bits of you stuck in his tranny.
The state police wouldn't do anything, and then sure enough, a month later, the cop who took my report was found to be screwing around with his stepdaughter.
Really?
So then
having sex with the culprit's stepdaughter.
With his wife's, his stepdaughter. And then...
It's all in the family?
Yeah, when the same guy tried to, was tailgating me and tried to run me off the road a second time in my car, the trooper says, well, there's a car down in Stowe that has the same plate,
Yeah, there's a lot of vanity plates that look a lot alike,
plates like that, and, and never mind that the guy lives up the road, there's not much we can do. And this joker is now the head of the Vermont Drug Task Force.
They all rhyme.
Yeah, great, sure.
You never know. He could have been the guy from Stowe.
Look at that cartoon. There's another good one. And here we are. Experts debate on how to fix American schools. Namin Davy Broken?
That's a scary one.
Yeah, we got to learn Ebonics. I be, he be, she be, they be, baby.
I think Ebonics has been discredited as a national language.
I don't know. It works for me, man.
I had to study it in college.
I'd be wasted, if you know what I mean. Unbelievable. Like fixing a pet. Yeah, you're going to fix the schools, all right. Now,
you're going to cut their nuts off?
Yeah, really. Yeah, President Obama wants to turn around the worst public schools. Well, there's one thing I agree with.
That's something that should have his nuts cut off.
It's one of the things I agree with.
It's just an opinion.
What's his
Cut off the school's nuts.
Ethan Allen Institute, they will not get rid of any of these, what do you call it? Deadbeat teachers. It's their unions, you can't get rid of the union. And here we are.
Beautiful union.
My right. Tell me what I eat. Anyways, Acme Fertilizer Company. You're going to love this. It shows a guy building a fertilizer plant right next to the Texas governor mansions. And he says to him, well, he says, you don't mean it. He says, since you're business friendly and don't believe in burdensome regulations, what better place to put it?
Yeah.
Well,
the other one's gone now.
Yeah, you can blow up fertilizer plants, You can incinerate 11 people on an oil rig down in the Gulf of Mexico.
That was the British did that.
Yeah, well, then you can collapse a mine and kill 19 people. Yeah, there's no problem there. We only lose 5,000 people on the job every year, Andy. What the hell, right?
5,000. We have 300 million people. You're just, you're splicing hairs.
But it's the terrorists. You got to be afraid of the terrorists.
Well, they're on our doorstep.
Yeah. Never mind that these guys only killed 4 people in Boston. These people killed at least 13, 14 people.
Okay, then.
Oh,
The
here it
cleaning lady, your
comes.
favorite cleaning lady is next door.
Here it comes.
Okay then.
Vermont Yankees tally from the legislature this year, 200 grand. That's right.
What?
Clean, safe, and reliable. You know, they're not paying taxes or squat, Andy.
So how'd they get the 200,000? They just sort of win it in the contest?
Yeah, right. That's it. Let's see. The budget bills calls for Vermont Jenkme to pay the money in for 4 years, 200 grand in 014.
Oh, so just don't pay it.
Yeah, 250 in 15, 175 in 16, 145 in 17. And it wouldn't be fair for Vermont Yankee to do it over 2 years. And guess who they want to give the money to for evacuation, Andy?
The geese.
The Red Friggin' Cross.
That's a good person to
Yeah.
give it to.
Ask the World War II vets about the Red Friggin' Cross. Those people suck.
No.
I mean,
You get a box lunch if you're lucky.
Yeah, Elizabeth Dole, when the Hep C and AIDS was running rampant through our nation's blood supply, and she could have prevented it by testing each pine for $15 a pine. Oh, no, we're not going to test the blood supply. What are you, crazy?
Oh, my Lord.
I'm telling you.
Desk is vibrating. I don't know what she's doing, but I hope she's happy.
She's riding that thing around like a broom, Andy.
Oh, God. Something's wrong. You should bang on the wall. No, she moved.
Oh, she moved it. I wanted to put the
Wow.
mic to the floor. Damn it.
Having a cigarette now. That nap nipper.
Every year it seems.
Oh, God, yeah.
Hey, mother's little helper.
She's happy now.
Every year it seems the Vermont legislature looks for ways to tax.
Oh, no.
Oh, they shut down. That's it. Hang on, Fatty. Let's see if I can get it.
Oh, my Lord. Whee! The dog's interested. You can smell the juice in the air, can't you, Mackie?
Oh, come on, lady.
Love juice. So, while we're here, history of Deer Island.
Here it is. Come on.
Samuel Miller bought Deer Island in September of 1856 for the sum of $175.
What, from the Indians? They stole that land. Come
He
on.
bought it from the Canadians or something.
If you bought it in Canada?
No, I don't know. It's in the middle of St. Lawrence. You know, what the heck?
Oh,
What do you
for
buy it
crying
for
out loud.
$175?
Oh, are you kidding me? It's
Lord.
underwater property. They probably got it at a fire sale. Yes, Mackie. Oh, man. Yeah, I told you I was watching that movie, The Snake Pit, the other day.
Yes.
Well, at the very end of this movie about the insane institutions, now, there was a guy who made a movie about Bridgewater, a documentary about the Bridgewater State Hospital in 1967 called Titicut Follies, and it launched his career as an investigator. The guy's Hispanic and half Jewish. What is that man's name?
Geraldo.
Geraldo. Yeah, the Titicut Follies, man. You want to see something funny.
Got his start, man.
But anyways,
Slamming the fool.
at the end of the movie, man, all the nuts are around in there because the doctors keep saying, look, we got to let some of these people out. You know, we're about immensely overcrowded. So one of them says to the girl, she's all like, well, you know, pretty soon the sick will outnumber the well, and the sick will lock the well ones up.
That's the way it's going now.
And that's it. It's it
We're
right
here.
now. And
Just because you're paranoid.
yeah, sister makes crazy claims, Andy.
Really?
Yeah.
Out.
Dear Annie, what should I say to my sister when she makes outrageous claims? For example, she believes the government is spraying poison into the skies and dropping ticks to kill us.
Ticks.
She has a huge supply of plastic
Don't kill my
coffins ready to put our corpses into.
Okay, then.
She thinks crackpots rapping on YouTube are reliable sources of information.
Yeah, they are.
Sometimes I get through to her with reason and facts, but soon after she corroborates her misconception via other web sources. I have too much real life to live to spend time debunking all the links she sends to prove her beliefs, but I worry that her paranoia might not be safe if it goes unchecked. We are both retired. She spends most of her time couch surfing the web on her smartphone and watching movies. Okay.
I got a movie for you, Conspiracy Theory. Yeah, everything your sister says is true.
They're chemtrails. We just saw them with the planes.
There
honey.
are ticks. They're everywhere. They're little tiny robots. They're nano geniuses.
And,
Yes, indeed.
and speaking of which, here we are. Guess what's an ad in the paper for, Andy?
What? Looks like an investigator.
DHR investigator.
What's a DHR?
Department of Human Resources.
Okay, then. What do they investigate?
Well, get this, Andy. It seems the investigations unit has immediate opening for a skilled investigator to conduct investigations into allegations of state employee misconduct.
Oh, no way.
Oh,
That'd be like
sure.
all of them.
Yeah,
you
you
have
think?
plenty of people to check out.
The investigations are typically serious and complex, involve bargaining unit contract violations, violations of personnel policies and procedures, violations of state or federal laws.
Embezzlement.
Well, yeah, like bribery, embezzlement,
Running over your child.
getting employees to go get your potted plants.
Taking prescription drugs that aren't yours.
Oh yeah, or having the Attorney General write, the Attorney General's doctor write scripts for herself and others. Dr. Hazelton.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah,
Those
violations of state.
are all happening. We know those are well documented.
Yeah, violations of department policies and work rules. They must possess a thorough knowledge of understanding investigation principles and techniques capable of analyzing.
Techniques.
Oh man. So, anyways,
You need to know techniques.
sure enough, and right after this is in.
They'll just hire their cousin. Why even put an ad in the paper?
Yeah, this is
Our
Sunday.
dumb nephew will get the job.
And Sundays, yeah, he'll be couch surfing from his iPhone.
Yeah.
And in Monday's paper, look what we've got, Andy.
Oh no! What is it now, Patty?
Daddy.
So the little he's waving that.
Yeah. And
She's nuts.
And what do we get on Monday? Yeah, Markowitz, the reptile that doesn't blink and looks like she's gonna bite somebody all the time.
Boss's houseplants? It looks like this is a non-article.
Oh yeah. Oh well, no.
She always has a job, even though she can't do nothing.
With bodies still missing from cemeteries, residents stranded in their homes, 2 Vermont Fish and Wildlife game wardens were given a special assignment to rescue houseplants belonging to Secretary of Natural Resources Deb Markowitz. Now, you know what?
Are you kidding me?
I wouldn't care if they
They
went to
sent 2 guys to save her plants?
I wouldn't care if they went to
From
rescue
what?
her damn paperweight. If she'd keep the environment clean, but she's not. And she's just gone.
Houseplants need saving from what?
Well,
The
because
Mexicans that don't have whores?
because they wouldn't have, they wouldn't have got any water, or maybe sunlight. Andy, I don't know. Nobody could get back in the building, you know.
Oh my God.
Up for debate is whether the incident one is simple kindness, though the public paid for their staff time and travel costs, or 2 senior public officials, Markowitz and Patrick Berry, using their positions for personal benefit in a time of crisis. For her, saving the plants she loved. For him, currying favor with the boss.
Wow.
And you know who she's very good friends with?
Everybody that matters.
Yeah, Tom Hartman, our ultra-lib Obama apologist.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
They're buddies?
Yeah, he used to live in
But he's a
Montpelier.
stone Soviet communist kind. He's trying to overthrow the United States by letting the Russians come in unawares.
Oh, man, he wants to take our guns away. Are you kidding me, man?
Wow.
And finally,
No, we have 18 minutes. Don't go crazy.
yeah, well, all right. The girls rule their own
15.
15. Girls finally rule their own bodies.
No, where? I don't think that's legal.
Yeah. Oh, and up top are the royal welfare bums in Holland.
Oh, come on.
Look
You
at these
can't be
people.
mad at
Look at the
Holland.
bags under their eyes, man. Even the kids.
Well, then, it's all the weed they smoke.
Yeah, they've been down in Amsterdam smoking that stuff, you know.
Hezbollah says that Al-Qaeda is not going to win the war in Syria.
I know, I got to read that. Isn't that
How come
insane?
Hezbollah is opposed to Al-Qaeda?
If
Who is on Al-Qaeda's side but Obama?
But us.
Nobody else.
Yeah.
We're
go
the only
figure.
ones that give them money.
Yeah, and there's Hasran
Nobody else
Nasrallah
likes them.
right there,
None of the Arabs like them.
bitching about.
Hezbollah is like, they're the ones that
Patty?
want to destroy Israel, all that.
Patty?
Patty, you there?
Patty?
She's in the other room.
She knows I could go about
downloading
3
something on
minutes. Yeah,
YouTube.
there's Hasran Nasrallah right there saying that the Takfiri aren't going to win in Syria.
Well, yeah.
It's
Because they're
insane.
fighting the Russians. The Russians don't lose.
Leader of Hezbollah says Syrian rebels won't defeat Assad's regime.
Yeah, well.
The powerful Shiite Muslim group is known to be backing Syria regime fighters in Shiite villages near the Lebanon border against mostly Sunni rebels fighting to topple Assad. Now, wait a minute. If the Shiites outnumber the Sunnis 3-1, why are we supporting the Sunnis? No, it's the other way around.
No. Shiites are the minority. Sunnis are the vast majority, but they're very moderate.
It's mostly Sunni rebels fighting to topple Assad. But the comments made by...
it's a little different.
Comments by Sheikh Hassan Nasrallah were the strongest indication yet that his group is ready to get more substantially involved to rescue Assad's embattled regime. Syria has real friends in the region and in the world who will not allow Syria to fall into the hands of America or Israel or the Takfiris, he said, referring to followers of an Al-Qaeda-like extremist ideology.
So America and the Takfiri are in the same...
Al-Qaeda.
So we're allies with Al-Qaeda in Syria?
That's it.
This is making no sense at all.
Yeah. Referring...
Hezbollah says there's no hope for them.
Hezbollah says that the Takfiris are Al-Qaeda.
Yeah, well, they are.
Now, I know a guy who partied with Hezbollah. My buddy Ralph was on the plane.
They're the real deal.
Yeah.
They don't play.
He got off the plane with them and partied with them in Beirut, man.
Yeah, they're rough.
While they held a gun.
They know how to fight a war.
They held a gun to the pilot test Drake's head, and Ralph, they held a grenade next to his head, and they pulled a pin, and he's all like, get out of here. If you're going to blow me up, blow me up. If not, screw. I've had it with your bullshit. So they're all like, oh, you are not scared. And he's all like, no, I ain't scared. So they said, come on, let's go party.
Yeah, they like that. They're the real deal. Hezbollah are going to be around for centuries. I mean...
So to this day, whenever I see Ralph Troggett, I'm all like, hey, Ralph, man, Allahu Akbar. But anyways, the girls, morning after pill available on shelves for those 15 and older. No! Jesus says no orgasms for women. No! And no sex while you're young and healthy. You can only have sex when you're old and flabby.
You know, it ties into his chainsawing dykes, you know.
Like the Catholic Church.
Yeah, you know. Jesus was rough on women, you know. He didn't like them.
Yeah, the U.S. government is making the morning after pill more easily available in pharmacies for those 15 and older can buy it in an attempt to find middle ground just days after a court-imposed deadline to lift all age restrictions on the emergency contraceptive Plan B one-step. So remember that, girls. And if you're younger than 15, you can get a junior or senior to go into the drugstore and get Plan 1B for you. You don't have to have the kid. You don't have to have an abortion. And you can just take Plan B and go out and have fun. And do it while you're young. Trust me. Take it from us old folks. Because when you're young...
I'll have more fun than you tomorrow.
Yeah, when you're young and having fun, man, it's better than being old and getting none. You know what I mean?
Okay, then. I recommend you all go out and get Brave New Worlds. You know what your grandkids are going to be living through.
Yeah, man. Oh, who reads anymore,
Nobody
Andy?
reads, especially teachers.
And speaking of assault on women, Andy...
Is it on the rise?
Well, no, actually. Angry lawmakers target military justice.
Oh, come on. You know what? You're not getting anywhere with that. Might as well just quit now.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, boys and girls. You know, if you want to join the military, don't, okay? Talk to somebody who's been in, okay? Because anybody, once you sign on the dotted line, your ass is theirs for the next 2 years. And if you try and screw, they throw you in the pokey. You get hard labor. And if you don't screw, you're going to get screwed because there were 19,000 sexual assaults last year and only 3,200 were reported.
Yeah.
And then the judges like...
Dozens that even hit the trial.
Yeah, like then
a handful get any convictions.
The judges throw the convictions out when they get them.
Yeah, that too.
This is what happened. Now, let's see. The sexual assaults, let's see. Lieutenant Colonel James Wilkerson, a former inspector at Aviano Air Base, was found guilty of abusive sexual contact aggravated sexual contact, and 3 instances of conduct unbecoming of an officer. The instance involved a female contractor.
Okay, then.
So she was a civilian, for Christ's sake.
Raping the civilians, are we? Okay, then.
Wilkerson
Oops.
was sentenced to a year in prison and dismissed from the service. But Lieutenant General Craig Franklin, commander of the 3rd Air Force at Ramstein, in Germany, reviewed the case and overturned the jury's verdict. He explained in a 6-page letter to the secretary that he found Wilkerson and his wife more believable than the alleged victim. See?
The jury convicted him, but a general reading the pages said, nah.
Sure. Yeah.
How can a general overturn a conviction?
Well, I read
Military tribunal.
And the guy's my nephew, and, you know, and what the hell?
God almighty.
Oh, man.
That's so sad. You know, just another little aside of news to you. My brother's deep in this crap in the military world. Okay, and he's 50-some. They call Army reservists that are newbies out in the field bait.
Yeah, that would be like
So
the National Guard.
Bait. Join up, be bait.
Yeah, cannon fodder.
Baiting.
All that cannon meat in the Army. And in most places have Bonnie and Clyde, Andy. What do we have in Vermont, Andy?
The Stadies.
Clyde and Clyde and Bonnie and Bonnie?
Daryl and Daryl.
Yeah, we've got...
Only the frogs pay taxes?
Yeah, we've got Bonnie and Bonnie, Robin Banks.
Only the frogs.
Yeah, the progressives.
The frogs. They're talking about the Canadians.
Yeah, what to tax and how much, Senator... Yeah.
Frogs.
Senator Anthony Polina, progressive Washington County, offered a measure that would change the income tax. He wanted to increase tax rates on the top 2 income brackets and raise about $21 million from 4,700 rich pricks. These are people who can afford to pay more, Polina said. But you know what? Senator Stupid and Senator Adams Apple over here, who wants more high-powered beer for you-know-who, because he's a stonemason, you know, those guys, we don't want to tax the rich pricks. We're going to tax the gas on little people like you. So, F you. Freedom and unity. It's a Vermont motto. Remember,
will not be taxed, no matter how hard you try.
From now on, you can only vote for people who have a P or an I after their name, because the rest of them suck. And speaking of which, talk about mean girl behavior, Andy. You're not going to believe this, Patty. Patty. Thanks.
She's pretending to be nearby.
Yeah, we don't get along with girls. Now, what in the hell does that mean, Andy?
Girls unprepared for financial independence.
They didn't mention this on the Channel 3 news stuff. It was all happy news.
You gotta be a tramp or a hoe if you want to go anywhere.
It says
down.
The young women complete the school without the know-how to balance their own checkbooks.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Who has checkbooks anymore?
Yeah, really. If not addressed, we risk undermining our state's economic health. In listening sessions in 9 Vermont communities, 200 young women and girls told us they know very little about personal finance. They couldn't say what it would cost them to live on their own. I'll tell you what it's cost you. You know, on second thought, I better not.
Your soul.
Oh man, jeez, I'm not even gonna go there.
I can't.
Enlist the other. Yeah, they couldn't say what it costs to live on their own, what various jobs pay, how to fill out a tax form, or how to open a checking account. Well, you go to the bank, and the bank will tell you how to do it. What the hell?
I guess they're sort of inferring that girls must keep that skill set to a minimum.
Yeah. Stay barefoot and pregnant, right? Wrong.
Bobbin.
Yeah, the participants said they need more mentors to guide the way towards solid jobs, like little Billy
We need
Stinker.
more grant-sucking chair warmers to point the way.
Trixie Sears needs more grant-sucking chair warmers.
Because women are dumb.
Newport, genuine by nature. Newport,
Obviously.
genuine by design. Newport, algae blooms from here to Canada.
What is their lame little logo or moniker or whatever?
Oh, it's a new one every week. They paid for a whole bunch of them, and they change them weekly.
I love the bike path. It's amazing.
Yeah, meanwhile, female Get this. Meanwhile, female peers are sometimes more catty than supportive.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
Bitches get into fights?
They're short on adult peer allies who can support and inspire their achievement. I don't get along with girls, they told us again and again and again and again.
Just keep hot chicks around. Get rid of the uggos, and we'll be fine.
It's in mean girl behavior. Also needed, a commitment from parents and other adults not to accept mean girl behavior as a rite of passage. Girls need, thanks, Patty. Girls need more tips on fostering healthy relationships and supporting other girls.
Are you sure it's not a typo, tips?
Yeah, really. What the hell?
That's funny if you think about it.
I know plenty of girls who are extremely intelligent and going places, but they don't necessarily know where they are going. That's what the GPS is.
There's only one way to go. Come on, people.
Yeah.
Up or down.
What could be driving the catty relationships between some girls, especially in middle school? The female high school suggested that competition and insecurity are sometimes responsible. Everyone else seems to have their life figured out, even when this might not be the case. It creates friction. What?
I think you need to read more Harry Potter.
I think give it up, okay? I tell you right now, give it up.
You need breast implants.
Yeah, right.
That'll make you smarter.
And here we are here,
More
right?
popular.
Speaking of Deb Marcus shits, Andy.
Again?
Yeah.
Didn't we water her plants?
Yeah, look at this.
What now?
They're not farmers, they're eco-terrorists who milk cows for a living. Yeah, that's right. If you or I want to build a house with 3 bedrooms, we have to have an engineered septic tank. But if you're a farmer with 6,000 cows, you can just splooge right into the river. Splooge!
Onto the street.
Yeah, or on the street, too. And where's that Armenian
caught up in-
Nazi?
Which one?
This one.
Oh,
Kill
that
him
guy.
for Christ. This Chris Bohajalian.
I tried to figure that out, but I couldn't.
He's a peckerhead. Thanks, Patty. He's another bald peckerhead. He's a flag-waving piece of human crap.
So what's he want?
Likewise, there are my friends from Israel who at different points in their lives know that at any moment a bus might burst into flames or a missile might explode in the street. Oh, yeah. And what about Israel? What about Afghanistan? What about Yemen? What about Pakistan? Oh, that's right. We're the United States. Only we can rain death from above and with impunity because we're the chosen people or oh, we're white or we got the military might.
If the Palestinians ever land a rocket anywhere near anything worthwhile, they'll just get run over.
Yeah, in the meantime, I will take pride in the people of Eastern Massachusetts and comfort in the courageous way they have, pure and simple, gone on living. Well, what are you supposed to do? Not go on living? Somebody blows up a couple runners and you're going to go out and blow your brains out? Hey, Jalian, or whatever the frig your name is. You're an idiot.
In peril? What?
He's from New York, that punk.
So?
Yeah, I'm from Eastern Massachusetts, okay?
Are they in peril now?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're shitting in our...
The Kyrgyz are all... They're like Martians, man.
Yeah, and
everywhere.
Patty, leave the camera on. Here's a bunch for Mayor McCheese. Oh, where's my bald head?
I don't know.
That
looks like the mayor.
This is for Mayor McCheese right here.
What now? What do you do?
Oh, you need that cheap underwear, don't you, Andy?
Yeah, I do. I need my Walmart underwear.
Yeah, we need our cheap underwear.
I need to shave.
Yeah, here we are.
I need Chinese lead in my testicular area.
There's one. We need our cheap underwear. There's 2. Okay. Our corporate killers are exempt, okay? And here's number 3. Oh, sure. I need the cheap underwear. It's legally binding and call you death by Walmart. I need my cheap underwear. And look at Chuck Hagel in Egypt, Andy.
Why?
Who's in charge here? The guy with the guns.
He's a useless POS. My God. Dude, you're drawing a check for nothing. You're worse than a welfare bum.
That's it, man. Who's in charge here? The one with the guns. That's where Sadat got blown up, remember? The reviewing stand?
Nobody bothered to shoot at Chuck, did they?
Yeah. Okay.
Time to say goodbye. Look at that. That's somebody we don't know.
Oh, man. Yeah.
You wasted yet another hour of your life.
Yeah. Well, we got
30-minute chunks back to back.
We got most of the news, and here they are. Look at that. They're doing murals with spray paint, Andy.
Oh, thank God.
And they got to put masks on so they don't breathe the fumes.
Okie doke.
And look at that. All right.
done.
We're stupid and we're scared. Yeah, there's a letter. Oh my God, it went to Peter Welch's office. So next time,
Peter's
remember,
a Mormon.
be afraid. Always be afraid.
I didn't mean that.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
We're gonna stay here till we soothe our soul. If it takes all that long. Come on and let the good times roll. We're gonna stay here till we soothe our soul. If it takes all that long. The evening sun is sinking low. The clock on the wall says it's time to go. But I got my plans and I got plans for you. I'll tell you exactly what we're all gonna do. In the groove and let the good times roll. We're gonna stay here till we soothe our soul. If it takes all night long. Come on and let the good times roll. We're gonna stay here till we soothe our soul. If it takes all night long. Listen, might be 12 o'clock and it might be 3. Time doesn't mean that much to me.